Hey everybody, welcome back to Mark Bow's Power Project Podcast. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Element Electrolytes. Nsima, I always hear you and Mark talking about how having electrolytes can help you with your fasting. What is it about the electrolytes that actually helps and aids the fasting process? And like, what is that even all about? Because someone like me, I'm just like, sure, I'll do it, but I don't know why.
Yeah. So when you're fasted, and typically also low carbohydrate, but when you're fasted, you tend to be deficient in electrolytes. And a lot of people that do fasting do like 16 or 18 hour fasts. Some people do 2-day fasts, but you tend to work out, when you're fasting. But you're also working out being electrolyte deficient. And those electrolytes send signals to your muscles to get them firing and feeling good. And when you're deficient, that's when you start cramping up, you start feeling fatigued during the workout, you don't have as much endurance, which is why if you use Element Electrolytes, which has the perfect amount of sodium, potassium, magnesium prior to working out, you're going to feel like a fresh new baby. Like seriously, I'm being real. You're going to feel like you have a surge of energy. You won't be cramping up because now you're hydrated and you're ready to perform.
Cool. And so another thing that I always keep forgetting to mention is that you can try Element Electrolytes absolutely risk-free. You can get, so what I recommend is everybody try the value bundle, which is like getting 4 for the price of 3. So 4 full boxes for the price of 3. But if you just say like, hey, this isn't my jam, you can hit them up and they will give you a refund, no questions asked. But in order to do so, you got to go to drinklmnt.com/powerproject. Again, check out the value bundles because that's just the absolute best thing to do. So again, that's drinklmnt.com/powerproject.
Since Thanksgiving?
He's really just not doing so well.
Damn, John.
He's got this like new girl or whatever, and that could be stressful. And poor Jessica's been patiently waiting in the wings all this time, and she's all stressed out, and
Does he actually have a new girl though?
He's been with this girl for a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're like engaged, and he's like, "Yeah, it's never gonna happen." And the media is like, "Yeah, they're getting married. He's like, "Yeah, no, it's not happening."
Oh Lord.
Damn. Well, what's happening, y'all?
I had a great Thanksgiving. I don't know about you guys, but my shit was good. I had that standing rib roast. Mm-hmm. We cooked it up with the fam. My brother got the Piedmontese standing rib roast. My brother got the recipe from Joe that has been on the podcast before. And he said, you cook it for 25 minutes in an oven. I want to say 500. I think that's what it was at. And because it was like 5 pounds of meat or whatever. And then you let it sit for like 2 hours in the oven. Well, you turn the oven. You turn the oven off. Yeah. You turn the oven off, let it sit in the oven. But the key is to not open the oven, I guess. And then you let some of the heat out. But it was ridiculous. And you don't put anything on it. We put nothing on it.
No salt?
Just when it's finished. And you put salt on it when you take it out. But they were like, it kind of messes with the juices or whatever, pull some of the moisture out if you put a lot of salt on it beforehand with that particular cooking style. And it didn't even make any sense how good it was. And I didn't know that a rib roast is a rib eye. I didn't have any idea. Mm-hmm. So rib roast is a rib eye, and I didn't realize that a rib roast is prime rib. I didn't know they were all the same thing. It was like quite an educational Thanksgiving. I was like, because I don't know. I kind of like a prime rib, but like they just look weird. It looks like it's a prime rib. Looks like it's like raw.
Yeah.
But it's just because it's roasted. But it was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was hard. So I made mine also. Wish I had paid attention on what not to do, I guess, because like I didn't know it came out amazing.
Okay.
For sure. But I didn't know like you can kind of just cook it just like that by itself and it would be fine, which I assumed it would be fine because all I ever really do is put salt on steak. Mm-hmm. But no, I made like Pit Boss has this honey sweet salt or something like that. I can't remember what it is. As amazing as their smokers are, this one little product that they made might be the best thing they've ever made. Mm-hmm. It tastes great on everything. So as I let it thaw out, I started putting salt on it.
What's that called? I need to write this down because you mention it all the time. The seasoning.
Yeah. So, the seasoning is, I'll look it up, but it's from Pit Boss.
Pit Boss.
Yeah. So again, their grills.
Put it in my phone.
Their grills and their smokers they're insane. Mm-hmm. the absolute best. But this salt, it's like a honey sea salt or something. I have to look it up because I'm going to mess it up.
Yes.
It tastes amazing on chicken breasts, which, whatever you guys can say, that chicken breast isn't the most amazing thing. This makes it taste really good. So I smothered it in that and I let it sit in the fridge like for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it just like soaked in all the salt, because by the time I was done and I pulled it out, like it was just like nothing but crystals all around it. It was dope. So then
I just came in my pants a little.
No.
You're welcome.
Shorts. I'm in shorts.
Okay. That's better.
Yeah. So I mixed that with some like minced garlic and some other seasoning called Java House Chop or something like that. I threw that, and I did kind of the opposite of what Mark did. So I slow cooked it in the smoker for about an hour and a half, I think, or an hour. I don't even remember. And then I turned the heat up for another like half an hour till it got into like a pretty solid internal temperature of 135, which when I was slicing it, I'm like, dude, I think I did it a little bit too rare. Because that prime rib, dude, it looks like it still has a heartbeat. I'm just like, oh man, like my family's not going to be into it. But no, dude, everyone destroyed it. It was so good.
There we go.
I was amazed. Yeah, like I even cut it like all legit. Like I cut the bone off and I made thin slices. I was like, oh shit, this is dope.
I was freaking people out because I was eating chunks of fat. I'm like, you don't understand. Like some of these chunks of fat are like really edible. They're not like chewy and weird, you know?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I still haven't cooked mine. It's in the freezer. Guess what I did? This is amazing. I got turkey from Mimi's and brought it home. Yeah, quick and easy. But I'm going to cook that this weekend since I have some instruction.
There you go. Yeah, out the oven, the way Mark said. I think it's foolproof, and the day after, I don't know what it is, but it had even more flavor than the first day. Ooh, I'm not sure what that's all about.
Our turkey.
You had leftovers?
Our turkey was surprisingly pretty good too. I think because it was like smaller. You know, you're always trying to cook these like giant turkeys. And I think that's a recipe for like dry ass turkey. But we also had a combination of some dark meat in there too. But it was pretty good. I was surprised. I'm like, I think I normally hate turkey, but I have been eating leader meat, you know, since we got the Piedmontese stuff, and I've been eating chicken and turkey and stuff like that here and there. So maybe I'm getting used to it.
I think from this year forward, I'm never going to do turkey again for Thanksgiving. Because this Thanksgiving, we didn't even plan anything. It just was like day before, let's do something, but never again.
There's always somebody who's like, we got to get turkey.
It's tradition.
With that voice too. We got to get some turkey. Remember your grandfather? He loved turkey. And you're like, I don't care. He's not around anymore.
Yeah. My turkey didn't look like it got, exploded, you know, like in a cartoon or something. It didn't turn out that way this year. It had good texture, color, tasted good. It tasted like turkey. I took it to my parents' house and like, oh, you want your leftovers? Like, nope, you guys can keep all of it.
Was there any difference in your Thanksgiving because of COVID season, or was it all?
No, you know, it's pretty much the same for us. Sometimes we have a little bit more family, but we had probably the same amount of people. We also, you know, these holidays, especially Thanksgiving, it's like an event. You know, it's like a week-long thing with us where we have different. John Cena fell down again. So.
Poor guy.
God, you got to give him more
rough
support.
2020.
That's right. But yeah, we had like this like pork roast one night. We had that steak. Then we had one night where we had like clams and mussels and like it's an extravaganza.
Wow.
That's like you know, it's really, really fun. It's really good. I'm trying to think of the other thing we had. Turkey. No, we had steak. Then we had the seafood. I don't know. It'll pop in my head later. But yeah, I had a great time hanging out with my nieces and nephews and stuff like that. My one niece, Cora, she's 4.
Wait, how did they watch the Avatar series and name her after Korra? Or
yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, she looks like a little doll, you know, and so when she asks you for stuff or wants to do something with you, you're doing it. You're going to be a sucker for it. You got no choice. She's like, you want to play with me? And I'm like, yep. She's like, you know, you want to take me on an adventure? I'm like, all right. You know, I don't know what we're going to do. We just like went outside and looked for golf balls or whatever. But yeah, she was super funny. I was coming back from the beach and I was kind of like, I was at the beach all day with her sisters and I was hanging out down there with some other relatives, and I was like, oh, it's good to be back home. I mean, it's not that far of a walk or anything, but I was at the beach all day. It kind of makes you fatigued, right? And she looks at me and she's like, are we going to go to the beach? Because she stayed at the house for, she didn't go to the beach.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's that? She's like, you take me to the beach. She goes, you take me there. It's like, you take me there. And she's like pointing to the beach.
Good luck saying no.
And then she just grabbed my finger and she's like, let's go. I was like, damn. I was like, we're going. I'm like, we're going. All right. We're going back to the beach.
That's so cute.
Oh man. It crushed.
Oh God.
Crushed me. Yeah. She's beautiful.
Yeah. We took two trips to Dutch Bros this weekend because we kind of just looked at our phone and be like, dude, it's only a mile away. Like, so we're just going to walk this.
Oh.
And so,
nice.
Stephanie and I, we went on ended up being 4 miles of a walk.
Stephanie walked that?
Yeah. Up and down hills.
Damn.
All pregnant and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she crushed
Just hardcore,
it.
Man.
I know. I was
That's
like,
great.
I was kind of like, ooh, man, this is a long ways.
You're probably all worried about it, right?
Not so much that. I just I guess so, yeah, because like anytime she would have like a, I don't know, like she'd move a certain way, I'd be like, you okay?
She could totally mess with you right now.
Of course.
My water just broke.
Yeah, she could be like, you got to carry me.
Yeah, dude, all that stuff. But no, anyway, we did that. And then the next day we had Jasmine. So it's like, hey, because she likes, they have some kind of fruity drink there. It's like, hey, you can have that if we walk there. It's like, okay. So like 2 mile round trip walk. It's dope. So like I did a ton of walking over Thanksgiving.
That's good.
Like, yeah, like a couple of days of like 4 miles there. Like it was really cool. If it wasn't on the treadmill, it was walking to Dutch Bros, which is just conveniently 1 mile away. So that's perfect. Shoot.
I'm happy I don't have a Dutch Bros close to me because I feel like I'd be spending money there every day.
Dude, it's going to be hard not to go there a lot more often.
Yeah.
That's going to be down the street, I think.
And from here, right?
A couple months, yeah.
Oh, God.
Well,
how about you guys? Was anything different? Like, anything different coronavirus wise or like less people or anything like that?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Because usually we do Thanksgiving at one of my aunt's house, but this time we did it over at my mom's place, and my grandma lives with her. She's 98. So literally it was just some of my girlfriend's family, me, and we all kept away from my grandmother. So not many people came down. A lot of cousins were mad that we didn't allow them to come see our grandma. But I mean, she's one of those people you got to be careful who's around her. Oh, so that was the main difference.
Yeah. If you want to see her, it's like, she'd have to like be on the balcony of the house or something and not, right?
It's
like
not fun.
Yeah. You got to figure out something different than people being in close contact with her, right?
Yeah, for us, it was the same as every year. 2 immediate families right away. Like we did both of those, and then today this year we did on 2 separate days. So I had 2 Thanksgivings. Didn't go nuts on either day, so did okay. But the one that we didn't do was like the big family thing at my grandmother's older house, uncle's house. That's where like everybody comes, and we didn't do that this year.
Did either one of you guys do anything special food wise? I know you on the podcast when we talked pre-Thanksgiving, we talked about fasting into it. Either one of you guys use any precautions, or did you just let it go, or how'd you handle it?
I just had a protein shake in the morning, and then had that Thanksgiving food. I did eat a lot. Nice. I ain't even gonna lie about that. I ate a lot.
Yeah.
And I ate a lot the next day too. But then I calmed down by day 3. So
got over it. I like that.
That's good. Yeah. I didn't have any limitations or set anything for myself. I just like, I'm going to enjoy the day as it comes. But like I said, I went on walks every day.
Yeah.
Like not 10-minute walks. Like I went out for a 10-minute walk, but it turned into the 4 miles. It's like, oh damn, I did that again. And it's like the next one was like, okay, well, it was only 300 calories, but like I'm still good. Like I still got those 2 miles in. So I didn't, but even with 2 Thanksgivings, both times I only had 1 plate.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure what it was. Like I definitely wasn't like, oh, I'm better than this. It wasn't that at all. It's just like, I'm going to eat whatever I want. It's like, but I'm good. Like, I don't really want anything else right now. I did have some sweets because Stephanie made some ridiculously good upside down pineapple cupcakes. they were good.
Damn.
So I had that, but other than that, the weirdest thing I had was I had Jack in the Box over the weekend.
You disgusting.
It was the only thing that was open on Thanksgiving.
But it
was good.
I will say this too. When I say I had a lot compared to 3 years ago, a lot is very different because now like I when I eat a lot, it's not as disgusting as it used to be because I naturally cannot handle that much food anymore, which I'm happy about. So, I mean, it didn't end up being as disrespectful as it used to be.
Did you, do you like pay attention to like any of the food at all? Like, is there any precaution or it's just like years ago when you ate more, was there
a lot of carbs more? Like, cause I usually just like eat the food that's easiest to eat. It's like carbohydrates. So I just like go to town on those. I'd eat a lot of protein too, but I wouldn't get full easily. I usually do just naturally start with meat first anyway now because that's what I like going to first. And like, even though my stomach felt full.
It's a big change for a lot of people. I hope a lot of people can learn from that right there. I think that's a big deal. If you can just eat your protein first, even without any other changes. I mean, I'm a big believer. I would love to see studies done on this, but anyway, I'd love to see some studies done where you see, somebody go from 12%, which is a standard American diet, 12% protein into, 20%. And that's the only change. It's not necessarily just more protein, because if you just ate more protein and had the same amount of calories, I don't believe there would be any significant change of any kind. I can't imagine why there would be. But if the percentage of your diet, if it shifted by about 10% towards that protein for people that don't normally eat that much protein, they'd get in a lot better shape.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not an easy change because some people don't even like protein hardly at all. Like they don't really like beef. They don't really like chicken that much. But if you find the proteins that you do like and gravitate towards them, and then also I would say eat your protein first, as Nsima was mentioning. That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt great too. Yeah. So I love it.
Any desserts or anything?
Yeah, there was apple pie. There was her uncle made some cookies, and he's like, he kind of doubles as a baker because they were individually wrapped and stuff. So I opened them up and I was like, what is this sorcery? It's amazing. So yeah, I had 4 of those. I had a little Hennessy, which was nice. Yeah.
And if there was nobody around, you would have ate like 20 of those cookies. Right?
Yo, I really had to pause with those cookies. They were really good. She made a really good sweet potato pie, which I had 2 slices of and then 2 slices the next day. But yeah.
Yeah, this conversation goes way different if my sister-in-law made those peanut butter balls.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Those were awesome.
They were originally on the menu, but she needed one ingredient. And we went to the store to get it, but it's just like it's way too late, like 30 day of. So I'm like, damn. But then if those made it, I probably would be like so sad right now because I would eat
were
all
so
of them.
rich. Thick.
Salty. What?
Salty, rich balls.
Dude, how about Tyson? How about Tyson?
I was mad.
You gotta think back, like Mike Tyson, he won the belt when he was like 21 years old. That was like 1984.
Jeez.
1980. That was a long ass time ago.
Yep.
1984.
A year before I was born.
It's insane, right? That he's been, I know he had, pause in there and he went to jail or prison or, for a little bit and stuff like that. But think about the life that this guy had. He had his, I believe his mom was a prostitute. I believe I think his stepdad may have beat him and things like that. I mean, he just grew up with this crazy, people made fun of him because of his, the way he talks, and he got like beat up and roughed up. And so he's at 16 years old, he's getting in all kinds of trouble and stuff. And he ends up like in a group home. And then he somehow, I forget the story exactly, but he somehow finds out a little bit about boxing. He's taken under the wing of Customato and everything's changed forever. The crazy thing is, and I never hear anybody talk about this, he was the champion of the fucking world when boxing was really competitive, and it happened within like a 4 or 5 year span. Like you're trying to get your black belt in jiu-jitsu in 5 years.
28. Yeah.
Right? But this guy comes along and does this shit in, just in the blink of an eye. Like that's completely unheard of.
I think this.
I can't really think it like. I mean, there's other athletes that are amazing that come through and blast people pretty good, but that's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they showed a stat during the fights that he technically went pro and then 150 days later got the job done or something like that. I could be wrong. Maybe I read it wrong, but yeah, he like you said, he set the goal to be the youngest champ of all time, and he got it.
It's also really weird that like it seems like there's a side to him that has a ton of like self-doubt. Then there seems like there's another side that is so powerful that it's like, fuck that. I won't succumb to that. Cause how did I saw him in an interview where he said he knew he would become champ before he would die. Like he thought his life was going to be weird and he thought he would die or end up in prison when he was young. And then as he became a boxer and he recognized his skill and recognized who his coach was and stuff like that, he was like, oh, I could actually like, this could happen, And then he kind of recognized like, I might still die. I might still have a weird life or something like that, but, or might die young rather. But he just like knew in his heart. And I think it must've been Customato, who was his mentor, who just must've filled him up with so much confidence. Cause he told him like right away that he was going to be champion of the world. And he was like what, like, what is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
Did you imagine that? Someone like kind of picking you out and being like, yo, like, I don't know if you know this, but you're going to be the best in the world at this and arguably one of the all time greats,
especially with his background. But I feel like that's probably what's allowed him to go out of boxing for as long as he has and then flip this switch and be like, yeah, I'm gonna get back into shape and get back into the ring. He's like, you remember that quote that he said? He's like, the gods of war have, reawakened my fire. And I'm like, he just turned it back on, got in amazing shape. And honestly, when you see him in the ring again, the way he was moving this, and he purposely wasn't hitting Jones' head, but like all his shots, the way he was ducking all these shots, you could tell that he was the one, he won that fight.
Oh yeah.
He won that fight. And
I don't understand. I just don't have it. I mean, I guess they're like, it's an exhibition. So whatever.
I think what happened was that like, cause you saw when they were in the ring announcing it, they panned somewhere else and then they came back and they were in that little hallway and they're like, it's a draw. I feel like Tyson was like, okay, just give this a draw, because even the last judge gave Jones 6 of the rounds, even though the first 2 judges were like overwhelmingly Tyson.
Right.
So it's like, you could tell he was holding back. He was giving it to the body, but he never touched Jones' head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think if they're going to make it an exhibition and
look at the fucking,
dude, let me just ask this question. Okay. I used to box, but, I don't have like any sort of like math degree or anything like that. So I never understood in boxing, why are the rounds even? Why are they 10 rounds? Why is it 12 rounds? Why isn't it 13 rounds? And in this case, why wasn't it 7 or why wasn't it 9 rounds? You could still end up with a tie because of the way that they score.
Yeah.
But it would be highly unlikely. It would be way more, in this case, it's like, 4 rounds went to Jones, 4 rounds went to Tyson. Oh, it looks like we have a tie.
I've never thought of that.
It's completely absurd. It's completely absurd. And how many fights, they end up in a draw and you're just like, man, I watched this whole thing. It fucking sucks.
I always wish that they could have done it like, not sudden death, but just like, hey, if it's in a draw, you guys are going one more round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if they went one more round. It was like 10 minutes. Like the round just went on, like
they just kept going till.
Yeah, you're literally in sudden death.
Yeah, isn't that how it used to be? Like back in the day, like they just keep fighting till someone gets knocked out.
Really? Yeah,
I think so.
They would fight for a really long time. Then then they recognized they needed a rest. But a lot of Tyson's fights looked the way that fight did. I think people forget that. People forget that, like, I'm a huge Tyson fan, and I've seen every single fight that he's ever done. I'm a massive fan. I even trained at the same place that he trained at and learned how to box from some of those people and stuff like that. But a lot of his fights, people were tying up his arms. And when he got towards the end of his career, I don't know if he ever like learned jujitsu or learned certain holds and stuff, but then they would accuse him of like, bending people's elbows and doing weird stuff and like, getting people into like locks and stuff because they would hold his arms so much. And he's like, that's what's going to happen if you hold my arms,
Oh, shit.
And so he's got to, But a lot of his fights were that way.
And one thing that continued to frustrate me, because I was watching the fight, I'm like, okay, like he's gonna do something, because he kept hitting the body. But every time he got clinched up, you know how Tyson would usually like hit the body, and once they come out, boom. Like I saw him like almost, and then he backed off. It's like
they had agreement ahead of time, kind of thing.
I feel like Tyson's like, I'm not going to hit your face, because like you watch so many of his fights that you know that is he does it every time. Yeah, he does a shot to the, he's a counter puncher, first of all. So that's what made the fight fucked up, is that Jones was dying. And that didn't help. You need someone that throws punches. He was so tired, you know? Yeah. That was really disappointing. That was really disappointing. You know, they should, when someone does shit like that, they should pull your paycheck, you know? They should pull, or not the whole thing, but they should pull a percentage of it. But yeah, Tyson, he would throw like a right hook to the body, and then he would come up top, and you just really didn't see that many people do that. But the way that he fought, he got so much leverage and power into that thing where it's just disgusting. You're like, oh my God. His whole body's behind.
Yeah. And part of the reason why he would do that, though, is it's weird. Tyson's punches almost look like a karate punch, like a straight up old school karate punch, where it's really clear that you throw the punch one way and you return it back the other way. His stuff, when he would throw his hooks, he would get so much body weight into them that he would reload and recoil the exact same way the next time, and he would just annihilate people.
You know, it's also crazy though. Like, again, this is the caliber athlete he is, because he was the older fighter here too.
Yeah.
But you saw like every round, you saw him sitting in the corner. He was just chilling. He didn't look tired. And Jones was in the other corner like, like he looked dead.
It was really extremely rare for Tyson to ever be tired in a fight. He was extremely well conditioned, and I just think that this, like, I don't even know if people understand how motivational this is.
Yeah,
he mentioned like, you know, I'm kind of more of a humanitarian now, and I think this gets people excited. First of all, he looked great, which is hard to do because he just lost 100 pounds. And his conditioning for this was insane. Anyone that's ever hit a heavy bag for more than 30 seconds can only imagine how hard it would be to go this long. But think about his life, his career. I mean, he fought fucking like Larry Holmes, you know, like 25 years ago, you know, and he beat Trevor Berbick to win the title, like, you know, 30 years ago or however long ago that was. It's just, it's amazing what he did. And I actually think that he could, it'd be cool to see him, if he pushes this a little bit more, what he's capable of doing. You know, I think he could have a much better showing against an opponent that's not so tired. But him being a counterpuncher, like, he would usually move out of the way of something, and then he would, you know, smash somebody. But in this case, you know, Roy Jones wasn't really throwing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I'm really happy to see about the whole thing. No disrespect to, obviously, no one's going to disrespect Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz, because you'd be an idiot. But like, watching them fight recently, it was like, all right, that, like, I watched it. It was cool seeing them fight again, but I don't want to see that again. Watching Tyson, the way he was moving, the way he was throwing, like, I want to see him go up against somebody who's not going to run out of gas, somebody who is going to throw some of those punches for him to counter. So that would be fun.
Yeah.
Because the whole time you're just like, kind of like, oh, is he gonna like tee off? Is he gonna really do it? And it's like,
how about Jake Paul? Is that his name? I got the right name?
Yeah.
He was a monster,
dude.
He did great.
I didn't know what to expect.
Nate Robinson.
Nate Robinson was feeling froggy, but
Nate Robinson was like, let me go out and just go eat some punches. That's what Nate Robinson said. I mean, no disrespect, because like, it takes courage to go into the ring, but real talk, he was just like, I want to eat some punches today.
Man, I know, he got clobbered.
Snoop was like, they didn't teach, or was it Snoop? It was like, they didn't teach him anything about defense.
Yeah, it was Snoop.
Snoop was great. I thought he saved
that actually
the whole night,
that actually was a good call, because like, he did look like he knew how to box, kind of like he looked professional. He looked great,
quick.
He just couldn't get out of the way a lot of those shots, and I just think he was maybe just thinking about landing more so than getting hit, and he got clipped. You know, he got clipped a couple times with some good shots.
That overhand right.
Yeah. Well, Jake Paul, he seems for real, and he was talking about fighting Conor McGregor and beating him and everything. It's like, holy shit.
Anything can happen. But yeah, he looked good. He looked like, for his second fight.
Yeah.
Like, how many people would freak out if they seen just somebody coming at them the way Nate Robinson was? Like, he was pouncing on him. He's like, oh shit. And he just duck and move.
He's been at it for a minute.
Yeah.
He also used to be a wrestler, so he's in shape. But I mean, the Tyson part was like, it's really cool. I think a lot of like older individuals are gonna, I don't want to say older. If you're 40 plus, you're not old. You're just advanced. Mm-hmm. But that's going to be motivating for a lot of people because he lost heck of weight. He came back and he's at it. So there's no reason that you can't.
Yeah. I like the shift too. Like, cause he was on Rogan and Rogan is asking him like, do you even work out at all anymore? He's like, nah. And he's like, you don't work out at all. And he explained why. He's like, well, he's like, if I, work out, he's like, I work out like a lunatic. And so then when he was on Rogan again, more recently, he was like, what happened? He's like, well, here's what happened. Someone told me to go on a treadmill. He's like, so I went on there for 10 minutes. He's like, next day I was on there for 15 minutes. He's like, 3 days later, I'm on there for 4 hours straight. Shit. And like Rogan, like totally doesn't understand. He's so puzzled. He's like, what do you mean you're on there for 4 hours straight? He's like, I was on there for 4 hours straight. He's just, he's like all or nothing times 1,000, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me being the grumpy old man in the corner, I didn't like the whole event.
You didn't like the whole event?
I didn't like the whole event.
Really?
I like the boxing was cool. Mm-hmm. Our boy from Sacramento, hopefully we get in touch with him.
Blake's
Mick something. Yeah, my bad.
Casey will probably know him.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll probably train at the same place.
Probably.
But like I said, I didn't like the music acts. Call me old school.
Well, Snoop Dogg was good.
Snoop was sick. Of course, that was dope. But
who was the guy with the little tiny pink jacket?
Exactly.
I think I was St. John.
Exactly. Exactly.
I was saying how that guy like got that little tiny pink jacket like that day. He was so pumped, and he's like, "This is fucking perfect," We were watching that, and we're like, "This isn't very good." And then we loosened up, and we were like, "You know what? He's all in. Like he's going for it. You know what I mean? Like he's into it." So
yeah. No, the Snoop part was dope though.
It is weird though. Like I guess you're not used to that.
Right.
Like there was a studio style setup of they were in like a studio and they had music and stuff. It was just different style of an event, right?
Yeah. COVID performances. I was really wondering, like, because I started watching the event a little bit later. I was like, wait, there is no crowd. This is a little bit odd. It really was.
Yeah.
It really was.
I was not a fan.
But it is cool that we had a guy from SAC out there, like,
on a huge night.
On a huge night. To get on a Tyson card, that's pretty crazy.
Did you guys like the fight at all? Like the Tyson fight in particular?
Yes.
Yeah.
I liked it.
You said you were mad. What were you mad about?
I was just mad that, like, I was waiting every single round because I could see Tyson like about to do something. I was like, wait. And then my buddy was like, dude, it's an exhibition. I'm like, no, he won't do that. He's going to let it rip. And then by round 8, I'm like, fuck, he didn't let it rip. Because there was a moment where he was going, man, and you could see him back off of it. Like he was right there and he backed off because like he didn't want to hurt him, which is good. I'm happy. Right. They're 50 something. I don't want anyone getting hurt, but I just wanted to see Tyson really just,
Yeah, we spent a good majority of the night just Googling how old people were. So like we Googled them too, of course. And it's like, dude, Michael Buffer, like shit, how old is Michael Buffer? He was like 70 something years old.
Yeah, his Ready to Rumble was like real low. Right? Like he didn't have enough. He didn't want to say it too loud. He didn't want to throw out his back.
He couldn't get off the blocks. He just like,
oh God.
Oh, man. Googling how old Snoop was, just everybody.
How old is Snoop?
Mario Lopez looks phenomenal, by the way.
Mario Lopez doesn't age. Snoop is in his 50s?
49.
49?
Yeah. Mario Lopez was like 40 something. I don't remember him.
Yeah. Tyson is like surprisingly, young. I mean, in comparison, how long he's been in the limelight for. I mean,
oh yeah,
been in the limelight since he was a teenager, basically.
I didn't know that his winnings overall in boxing, he made about $685 million.
Oh, yeah, he crushed it.
Yeah, but then he like spent it all.
He made a lot of money. I wonder if it's like generated money or if it's like was actually his because like, he was involved with like Don King and stuff. I'm sure those guys, they boxing notoriously, they really screw you over. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how that worked out, but
yeah, I think they both came out with 20 million each, Roy and Tyson.
Really?
So,
really? Damn. I read something way different.
Really?
Yeah, but who knows what the hell? Yeah. But no, that's amazing. Damn, Triller.
Yeah.
I hope that is the case.
Yeah. Triller and weed maps is all I saw.
Either of you guys going to start boxing?
I love boxing.
I
probably need to.
I brought my mitts to work today.
Yeah.
My bag gloves. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You never know. Those events that's a good point. Those events could inspire other people to maybe get it,
I feel like a lot of people are gonna start doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like hitting that heavy bag out there. I have some mitts in my mitts in my trunk, and it's a great workout.
It's a lot of fun.
It is.
It's pretty I know that there's way different levels to it, but pretty much anybody can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can, you need to kind of wrap your wrists up or whatever. You wrap your hands and be careful, but anyone can throw some shots, and throw some punches at even just in the air, and it freaking will make you exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
It'll wipe your ass out.
Yeah.
Christmas is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I already put up the tree.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Right after Thanksgiving.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Same here. We put up 3 trees.
Why? Where?
Because it's 2 more than you got.
Fair enough.
He's trying to up you, bro.
So our normal traditional tree,
Mm-hmm.
my mom gets into everything, but especially Christmas. She got 2 little trees from Big Lots, and my wife was like, "Oh my God, they're so cute! Where'd you get them?" So we got them. So now we have our big main tree, and then these 2 little small Christmas trees that are about, I don't know, like 4 feet tall.
Oh wow!
Just baby.
Yeah,
baby
just
tree.
around the house now. So it's Christmas over at our place.
Very cool.
Christmas or Thanksgiving? What do you guys like better?
Christmas.
Christmas.
I think I have better memories of. Well, I got good memories of both. Christmas as a kid was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, it was.
And then when my kids were really young, Christmas was awesome. But I would have to say Thanksgiving nowadays.
Mm.
But yeah, Christmas when you're a kid, it's like,
Dude, all the cousins playing football on the street. Nothing better.
nowadays, if a kid wants like 2 or 3 presents, it's like
Fuck.
$1,500.
True.
Like, I want a PlayStation. You're like,
Yeah.
holy shit. I
Still
want
on the
new
hunt.
phone,
Still sold out.
Yeah. Did Jake get a PS5 yet?
No.
No.
PS5 and Xbox, right? They're,
Mhm.
Yeah, both.
Sold out. You can't find that shit anywhere.
Those are $500 each.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mhm.
Yeah. I can't find a PS5, man.
Good luck.
I know. It's tough.
One scalper outlet bought like 3,500,
Damn.
and they're just reselling them on eBay for double, triple the cost of
These
MSRP.
evil human beings.
Take us on out of here, Andrew.
I will. All right, everybody. Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are not already. Go ahead and hit that bell because you might miss another opportunity where you catch us live and ask us questions. I did see some questions pull up on the live chat. Sorry we couldn't get to them today, but we'll do our best to get to them next time. Huge shout out and thank you to Element for sponsoring this episode. That's Element Electrolytes. Go ahead and head over to drinklmnt.com/power project. Check out the value bundles because that's you pay for 3 and you get 4. So do it that way. It's the best way to do it. Please make sure to follow the podcast at Mark Bell's Power Project on Instagram, at MB Power Project on Twitter. My Instagram is at I am Andrew Z. And I'm back on Twitter, so it's at I am Andrew Z there as well, having fun, usually just talking about video games and stuff. But anyway, yeah. And Nsima, where are you at?
And Nsima Inyang on Instagram and YouTube and Clubhouse. Mark?
Thank you guys so much for listening. Really appreciate it. I just wanted to mention that I walked the other day, and I was like just curious. I was like, I did have my phone with me the whole time while I was walking, so I was like, let me see how far I walked for the day.
Mm-hmm.
Did 28,000 steps.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was like, God damn.
Wow.
I don't know how far that is, but
That's probably it.
It's probably like from here to the moon and back. I'm not sure.
math sounds good on that. Strength is never a weakness. Weakness is never a strength. Catch y'all later.